This is Steve Metal Murphy on Blow Your Brains Out podcast tonight.
I have always believed the road to excess leads to the palace of wisdom. I got it pinned all the way over here.
Please make your voice be heard.
And I'm leaving society to move out to the country and smoke crystal meth with rednecks.
Maybe you have a differing opinion than us. Maybe we're completely wrong, and you are the one lone person in the world that is right.
That's why you're here tonight. Eventually, me and Dave Jarvis are going to Hollywood.
But guess what? Some of us are actually pretty friendly.
Yeah, but most of us suck.
Fine, upstanding young man. Fine, upstanding young man.
Smoke weed. Welcome once again, Blow Your Brains Out. Tonight with me, I am Rick E. Warden, and your host with us again tonight, Ariel of Against All Odds. To guide us through the gay house, the one, the only, the majestic, the magical Dave Jarvis.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The tacky and tasteless trio are back with another misadventure. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be with us, and we thank you for it. I need a saga. What's the saga? How's everybody doing? How's this week been for y'all?
Oh, kicking ass.
Yeah? Yeah, how's Phoenix? He had a fever, right?
Yeah. Phoenix did have a fever, and it took a little extra time and effort and love and all of that, but he's a strong little dude. He got through it. He broke his fever that next morning. So, yeah, man, he's all good. And I've had a little time to catch up on graphics and do preparations for the show and get our show scheduled for next week so that tonight, when this show ends, it'll take you to the show for next week where you can go ahead and hit like and notify me.
That's good. Hey, Ariel, how are these 10-hour days treating you?
My soul is gone. My soul is literally gone.
Really?
Left my body.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Excellent.
Well,
Excellent.
how's the rest of you?
Oh, present. I'm really present.
Oh, okay, good.
Soul
good.
gone, me present.
Well, that's what we need. Well, everybody, let's welcome to the stage Mr. Steve Murphy from the bands Rotting Corpse and the Nowhere Jets. How are you doing, Steve?
I'm doing pretty good. I was trying to get a haircut for the show because I know this is a very, you guys are very tidy dressers, but I didn't quite get a haircut. So we're just going to have to wear the hat tonight. And I was talking to Walt on the way over. He sends his love. And we talked a lot about your brother. It started off, oh, you're on that show? I'm busy, but, and then we got Jerry talk. We had about 40 minutes of Jerry talk and old day talk, which was fun because he was telling me stuff I hadn't heard before I got in the scene. But anyway.
That's wonderful. For those that are not able to check out Rotting Corpse or the Nowhere Jets, you can also be sure to visit Space Cadet Jet Distro, where you can find Rotting Corpse, Thrash in Pain, or Die Insane vinyl available now. Just go to scjdistro.bigcartel.com.
Awesome.
So how's business?
As far as Rotting Corpse, we've sold pretty good on this. Obviously, we need to get some in Europe. I think the record label, Turkey Baster Records, Rick McGee, he's gotten 10 of them over there, and they've sold out. And there's tons of people asking us for vinyl, but we can't really ship it because a $25 vinyl costs like $30 to ship to Europe. So we're working on getting it. Yeah, we're working to get it over in Europe, but it's been selling pretty good around here, around town, and people seem to be pretty excited. There's like a gatefold that opens up, and that I was really excited that Rick was willing to, dish out for that. And I think the splatter vinyl is really cool if you're into color vinyl, and we got a red one too. So it's doing pretty good, and so check out the web page that he mentioned earlier if you want to get stuff like that, or come to shows.
And I'll post that in the links here in a minute.
Yeah. I've actually been, like, Nowhere Jets played last Friday in Arlington, right by Stu Taylor's old print shop. There's a place we played. I don't think Stu's there anymore, but
Jekyll and Hyde.
yeah, we played there with no air conditioner and no sound guy. But anyway, I had Rotting Corpse shirts. So either of the bands play, I'll bring Corpse stuff if you're into picking any of that up around town. So anyway,
It's good to hear you guys out.
Yeah, man,
playing.
y'all been busy. I see y'all played Binions back in July. How was that show?
yeah, that was cool. So there's actually a story behind that, and actually, Mr. Jerry Warden came out to that, and I chatted with him.
Yeah.
Scott, Wednesday night before that show, Scott Shelby goes, "I'm going to book us a gig," and
Nice
calls-
impersonation.
yes, it's kind of a Hulk He-Man mix with Shelby, and then about 9 o'clock, he's like, "Oh, we are playing gig on Saturday," and I'm like, "Has everyone agreed to this? We are playing gig on Saturday," and we played the gig, and I think the other bands were like, "What the hell is this?" But Rotting Corpse showed up and did Rotting Corpse. Mr. John Perez wasn't able to make that on a short notice, but the rest of us, Walter Tratchler, Randy the Grib Cook, and Scott He-Man Shelby and myself played that version of Rotting Corpse. And I don't know, what did Jerry tell you about it, Rick?
We didn't talk about it. Just I saw his post on Facebook that he had a good time.
Yeah. I think he got on stage with us at one point, and Shelby said he accidentally
he does
knocked him
that
down.
walk all over you.
Yeah, he did. We always in the set with "Walk All Over You." As Walt says, the song that AC/DC stole from us back in the '70s, and we played it
There
at
you
this. Anyway, that's Walt's thing. But apparently Jerry was back there, and Shelby was in Shelby mode, and apparently Jerry got kind of railroaded over at one point. So I'm sure he's okay. So
Classic Shelby.
yeah,
I love how Scott Shelby sounds like Jesse the Body Ventura. I'll tell you what, Gorilla.
yeah. He's got more hair though, but he's got the muscles. The muscles are
A little
he's
more
got more
crop
hair. Yeah.
in that voice.
So he just needs to be elected to governor of Minnesota, and then he'll be set.
Well, it could happen with politics today. You never know, right? But the funny thing, on the show we played at the Continental Club down in Austin, July 4th. That was our first show back, and I think right in the middle of the set we did ZZ Top's Tush, and so our thing was we were gonna take our shirts off. Which I've been playing for 100 years. This is the first time I've ever played with my shirt off as an old fat man, but. Anyway, so me and
hell
Walden,
yeah,
we take our shirts off, and Shelby has one of those white, like, wife beater shirts and rips it off. And it was, there's got to be video of that someplace, but I don't think he did that. No, he didn't do that at the Binions one, but I think that should be a must see Shelby thing, that he rips his shirt off like Hulk Hogan, Good for
Is he
Well, luckily
spitting
y'all are playing
fire and
Binions,
swallowing swords?
Huh?
Yeah, luckily y'all are playing Binions next month for the Fort Worth Rockers against MS once again at Binions, so
Yep.
he has another opportunity.
Yes, and
I'm sorry, Ricky.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just asking one of the obvious. Is he still spitting fire and swallowing swords?
No, I don't think. I think the fire and
With rotting
swords.
corpse?
No, I think he's got to watch his health a little more. So I don't think I'm going to encourage that. But what I was thinking about is halfway through the show, he does a guitar solo and he sits down and a hot nurse comes out and checks his blood pressure, though. I think that's something I may work into the set for him. It would be kind of a new thing, but a hot rock and roll nurse. But yeah, we're excited about playing the Binion show.
That's a great plan, man. I'm liking where you're going with that.
Yeah, nobody steal that before we actually try that. But
Let's reveal everything right now. And
I
hold
do it-
everyone
I'm do-
responsible.
I'm doing it backwards. So damn. But
Y'all had to kick into "If You Want Blood." You got
If you
it.
want blood. Yeah, we should do another AC/DC song. In the group chat, because today kids, they communicate with text and stuff, and in the group chat they're throwing out like Willie Nelson songs they want to cover and stuff. But man, if it were, I love the AC/DC and the old stuff, or
Hell yeah.
doing a Priest cover. So I have to, or even like an old Exodus or an old Slayer cover. I mean, that's the funny thing, Ricky. You remember how like Corpse started? It was mostly covers, right? And there was like three originals. And I think before I joined the band in '80, I saw them in '85. And I was trying to think what they opened up with, but I know they played like Pleasure to Kill by Creator. They may have done an SOD song, you know, so they would just do all these crushing covers. And then they do like War on Drugs, or they do actually before that, I saw them before they wrote War on Drugs. But it was, so I think Walt and me have talked about like kind of incorporating more covers in, because, you know, give people what they want and then throw the Corpse stuff in there too. So.
Yeah, take us back to the days of tape trading, and you know, what was the DFW metal scene like when the Corpse first began?
So it's funny you mentioned that, because I got into the scene about 1985, and I was like 18 or something, and Walt was just talking about how Jerry, wasn't your sister married to the guy from what's his face, Filthy, from Motorhead? And this is what Walt told me. I don't know if it's true, but he said that Jerry had a means of getting Motorhead and other crazy stuff from Europe, and that stuff was, you know, and then he had like a radio show, right? And so
but that would have been the means of getting crazy stuff. Like we both, man, we used to contact the management companies. You know, if Motorhead was coming to town, we'd contact their management company, their record company. You know, hey, we print a magazine, we do a radio show. Let's get the hookup, man. At one time, you know, both of us, Jerry and I, were scooping up the majority of the promotional material of heavy metal bands coming through the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex.
Yeah, and so. Before I joined Corpse, I was associated with a little fanzine called Cerebral Devastation.
That's right, yeah.
And Jerry so the band I had was called Eldritch Rite. And Eldritch Rite, Jerry let us play at Tombstone, and I think we played at Machinist Hall with Rotting Corpse, Warlock, and Sentinel from Austin. But the thing was, like, we had to put out these fanzines, or you had to put a cassette out and mail it to some dude who would like literally Xerox these things and put them together. And that's how people learned about underground bands. I mean, it was really underground. There was no internet. There was most radio stations would not play this unless it was like a big market, like San Francisco or LA or, you know, it was kind of, and there was also KNON. Was Jerry ever on KNON? I can't remember. He was on KNON. Right?
Yes, we both were. Jerry started on KNON in 86, I believe.
Yeah.
And I ended in 89.
Right. So 86. So that's when my band Eldritch Rite. So Rotting Corpse recorded its first demo at Pantego in 86. Then Eldritch Rite did its demo at Pantego in 86. And then Rigor Mortis finished their demo. I'm not sure where they recorded it. And then KNON used to play like us three got played.
It was us. It was us. It was primarily Jerry. Jerry's the one that started the metal show.
Right.
Jerry started it. Without Jerry, you can't tell the history of Dallas-Fort Worth metal without both of us. But Jerry, you know, for sure, because he started the show, and then I started helping him and was part of the show. He left the show, and I stayed there for 2 more years.
Right.
And so during that 2 years, I mean, we were playing Rotting Corpse, Sedition, Rigor Mortis, you know, all the good metal bands.
Yeah. And then Rick quit Warlock and formed Gamma Side, and then kind of like 87, 88, you have the Gamma Side and Morbid Scream, and I'm trying to think who else was getting, and obviously Pantera.
Yeah, I played Morbid Scream, I played Gamma Side, and of course all those dudes like Rotting Corpse. I want to say that you were up at KNON once, but you know.
Yeah. Well, as Eldritch Rite, I was up there. I can't remember if I was up there.
That's what I was thinking.
And I think
I remember you for a little bit of time before Rotting Corpse.
Yeah, and it was, but it was a crazy time because you kind of either had to find like KNON, or you had to find some fanzine that a friend had that's like, this, what is this crap?
That's,
you know,
what the underground was. The underground was those three things he just said. magazines. Fanzines is what they were called, because they're usually printed on a copier. So fanzines, tape trading, right? Tape trading. And then if you could get, on some college radio station show somewhere.
Yeah. And in Dallas, there was Bill's Records.
Yeah.
And you would go in there as a young man, and Bill, who was probably 40 years older than you, would hit on you. And you would go in there.
As sweet as he could be.
He never messed with me. And I have friends that worked for him. He was cool. But
he never messed with me, man. He was always sweet and nice.
He was always cool. And I mean, you could go in there and you could see S.A. Slayer's EP on the shelf. Mm-hmm. You could see, I don't know. They may have had Militia. I don't remember Militia. But like all that old metal that now goes for hundreds of dollars, he had those records. I remember looking on the wall and seeing the pins, and just finding the Metallica pin down back then, or Slayer pin, was a big deal in that time. And then in Arlington was Pipe Dream Records was the other place right around. It was right next. Right next to UTA, and some Middle Eastern people owned it, and John Perez worked there. And a fun fact is, I worked there for like a week, and I shut down an hour early. I screwed up and I kicked people out, and I was like, oh shit. And I turned the lights back on, and the owners found out, and John Perez of Solitude Eternitas fired me.
Wow.
I've never recovered from that. But that's the thing, man. It was like there wasn't a whole lot of places, and to be honest, there really wasn't a whole lot of people in the scene. So it was kind of a brotherhood back then, and it was kind of a brotherhood. There was still the likes and dislikes, and egos and everything, but there's a lot of brotherhood for sure. Yeah.
Especially if you're into metal music. If you're into metal music, you spoke the magic language,
Yeah. And I remember how I met John and Walt was we went downtown to the Circle A. COC was playing. I can't remember who they were playing with. And Cerebral Devastation did an interview with, what was the drummer who died's name? With him and Woody of COC. And we were by their van, and there were so many people in the background, all the skinheads, there were like hundreds of them, and they were just breaking bottles. And I used to have a cassette of the interview where you could just hear this, we're on this tour, just because these dudes were just like breaking bottles. And me and Walt and John, and then
William Reed Mullen.
Reed. Yeah, it was Reed. We were talking Reed, and we were like huddling together because we were afraid of all the skinheads, because we were the few metalhead that were getting into this thing called hardcore, which you had AOD, COC, what's the band out of Austin still around? Went blank, but those guys were kind of rolling in the punk scene and in the metal scene, and that's where we met Rotting Corpse in '85, and we just kind of kept in touch because there wasn't a lot of people. You could ask your friends, but a lot of your friends were not going to be into it. It was just the guys that were in the heavy stuff that were really kind of running with us at that time. And what's insane is I've played in a lot of bands over the years, but that Rotting Corpse is the one that people still want to hear is the funniest thing, I think. But it's the band that people still are into, as evidence from the release of our vinyl thing right here. I think I'm doing this right. So,
well, is it DRI? Was that the band y'all were looking for?
Huh?
Was it DRI? Is that the band you were talking about from Austin?
DRI, yeah, DRI, yep. Who are still playing, I think.
All right, so I took the liberty to add emphasis at an important time like this by stealing this information from another magazine. Covering from 1986 to 1990, this LP collects the 4 demos by Texas thrash unit Rotting Corpse. This short-lived band delivered high-octane Lone Star thrash metal, perfectly fitting amongst the fellow bands from their area, such as Devastation, Rigor Mortis, and Gamicide. These 4 demos are filled with thrashing goodness, with blazing riffs and bass lines, and tight drumming. Everything topped with evil, caustic vocals. One of the most underrated gems in U.S. thrash metal history.
Love it.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Cool.
That's
Yeah,
positive
so
shit.
so it's really 3.5 demos.
That's
The
this
fir-
record here.
Yeah, so it's the first demo, which is the one that kind of blew Rotting Corpse up. It has uh, Rotting Corpse, Evil Slaughter, and War on Drugs, and that features John Perez as the lead guitarist, and Dave Grider plays drum, and Jim Mo Mulqueen was the great vocals on it. And then I joined in '87. Oh, and Walt played bass on the first one. And then I joined in '87, and then it was Louis from Devastation and Hell Dogs, Walt on guitar and vocals, and me playing bass. And the funny thing about the second demo, that was 4 songs. Vinnie Paul at Pantego Studio recorded it. And if I could have a picture of the face he had of like, why do I have to sit through this shit? I mean, he was
That was common Vinnie Paul though.
Yeah, and it's I mean, I'm not gonna say anything negative because I don't want the faithful to get mad at me. But anyway, he did it. God bless him, he did it. So, and then after that, we the third demo, which I call it the third demo, was in 1990. We got back together and we recorded several, I think 4 of the songs make it on this. And Walt reminded me of this. The whole reason we got back together was Big Chief Records was going to sign us and put this out. And ironically, they signed Agony Column instead of us. And but anyway, the funny thing is when we played the July 4th show, Igniter, the lead guitar player, is a guitar player from Agony Column. We actually talked about this. But those 4 songs from that was Dave Grider came back and played drums. Walt was rhythm guitar and vocals. I played bass. And then Shelby, we brought the Madman Shelby. I think we literally chained him up in the van, and then we let him go in the studio, and he just went crazy and did the leads on it. And then there's one song that was kind of a demo in between that has Randy Cook plays on, and that's the last song. And I don't really call it a real demo because Walt gave the tape to somebody, and there's no real good tape of it. So Randy kind of doctored it up, and it's amazing. It sounds as good as it did. But it's all the stuff on this are from 1986 to 1990. And it's like 20 minutes aside, all the songs. I'll say that. I was pushing it.
Kick ass.
I gotta say that kid is adorable, and I'll be honest, he looks way too young to be owning a stash of that magnitude.
Dude, that's what we used to look like when we played this music. Now we look like old MFers, and I'll just say that. But I wish I still looked like this guy. I actually met him at the show. He's a great guy. So.
Oh, very cool. Oh yeah. So you came from UNT. Is that where you first got introduced to metal, or was it when you got out?
North Texas. So actually, I really got into metal in high school, right? So like the junior year, I went from, going from Motley Crue, Ozzy, all that. And then we discovered Metallica and Slayer and Celtic Frost and everything else, Jack Panzer later, so we just went, Sodom, Bathory. We got into all that stuff. And so my freshman year at UTA, we were meeting all the metal guys. So the Corpse guys, Rick Perry from Warlock, obviously Jerry, and all the guys in the scene. That's who we were running around with, and kind of soaking up the metal. So I guess that's that. And later on, I bounced around community college, and I wound up at UNT and got a business degree, which has been great for my engineering degree in computers. So.
Hell yeah.
So when you were doing the demos from 86 to 90, and thrash was slowly morphing into and spreading out into stuff like funk metal, and then of course the stuff that Pantera was doing, were you taking your cues from bands that were like on the radio, or were you just listening to what your friends were playing and being like, I could do that better?
Well, so the thing is, like in '87, we did the Dark Angel tour. So we saw Dark Angel at its, most heaviness with Don Doty, who was a little prick, by the way, but they kicked him out pretty quickly after that tour. And then in '88, I formed a band with who's actually Craig in Nowhere Jets. We formed kind of a hardcore punk band. So I was doing that too. And we were kind of doing Rotting Corpse in '88 and '89 and '90, but it wasn't like the early days. It's kind of like Walt would call up and go, dude, we got a show with Nuclear Assault. And we would do emergency practice and play. And by '90, when we were doing these new songs, and we wrote like the majority of the songs that are on there like pretty quickly, we were getting into Death. And also I saw Sepultura at Joe's Garage, and dude, talking about a show that changed my life. My goodness, those dudes, I put that show up, Sepultura up with seeing Celtic Frost and Voivod in 1986. Just brutal, dude. And I know I'm going to get in trouble for this. Slayer was nothing compared to those two shows. I'm sorry. The shows that just blew my shit. And so I know Grider was getting into Death, and Walt was on tour with Death, right? So I think basically the last demo at the end, we were into Slayer, Death, Sepultura. That's really kind of what I hear at that point. But it still hadn't gone funky or any of that stuff. Now, I'm not going to rag stuff like that because I probably played that stuff in other bands, So I mean, it's just Corpse stayed pretty heavy, and I'm thankful it did,
Now, besides Joe's Garage, what other venues were available for a band of your magnitude?
So, kind of, we played at Tombstone, which was Jerry's place.
The Tombstone Factory off of
so
820 and Sun Valley.
And it's funny, like that place, like some dude online today said, is it still there? And I said, no, I think it's a liquor store is what the last thing I know. I drive by and I'm like, it's right over there. But so there was
the building is still there behind the liquor store.
So it's still there. So people
the building is right behind the liquor store.
I'm going to go. We ought to take pictures there or something. But anyway, so there was Tombstone and then Joe's. So like who started? So wasn't it Pantera started playing at Joe's, and then Ab came in, and so a lot of bands started playing there. And Walt actually
that is true. But part of what happened also was Tombstone shut down right around the time Joe's took off. So
right.
The whole and that metal scene kind of went out to Joe's Garage.
Yeah. And then in Dallas, there was never, I mean, people could argue there was the basement, but really, I don't think the underground bands played there. But Dallas never really had some solid places. So Rotting Corpse used to play in Houston and Corpus, and we'd play down in the Valley, which, dude, there was some amazing shows. In fact, the show I played in '87 in Edinburgh, which is like McAllen, Rick McGee of Turkey Baster Records helped promote that, and that's one of the reasons he saw us there. Is one of the reasons he actually put that out. And but we'd play in Austin, like we played at the Ritz. If you've ever heard of the Ritz, I mean, dude, every great band, like everybody played at the Ritz back then. I mean, like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, the Butthole Surfers. I mean, that was the place to play back then.
Northwest Highway.
And now it's off 6th Street in Austin. I'm talking Austin.
Austin. Okay,
but,
go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, and there was other places around town, like Continental Club in '86. Corpse played there. But the thing was, this version of Corpse only played in Texas. And it wasn't until the reunion stuff when Walt took a version of Rotting Corpse on the road. It was Walt and some other guys, and they toured with Soulfly. But other than that, even the reunion stuff, we just played around Texas and stuff. So we're definitely a Texas band. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep in mind, these demos were all recorded back at a time before there were really that many metal bands. You know, it was still the heaviness that they were the intensity that they were playing it at was still relatively new and being developed.
Yeah.
Of course, today all that shit's been hammered through gazillions of times.
Yeah, and the thing is, like I feel like George Washington saying this or some crap, but like in Pantego, like Daryl and Vinny's father was recording. The Eldon did the Rotting Corpse demo, and he did the Eldritch Ride demo, and we have similar stories. And he's an old country guy, Nashville country type dude.
Yeah,
and he'd be like, "Boy, you guys really want that much distortion on there?" We're like, "Yeah, we want that," And Walt has a story that he's like, "That sounds like a fucking shotgun" when they hit the snare, like when Grider would hit the snare. He'd never heard anything like that, even though I know Pantera was hanging out with Metallica, but I don't think Eldon knew about any of that at that time. But yeah, it was like. But the cool thing is, if you listen to the
had
stuff,
to keep dying protected from it, Oh yeah, look over here, pops. Everything's nice and shiny. Yeah, there's a few girls over here. We're good.
Yeah, but so the funny thing is, but I will say this though, it was 2-inch tape, and it was a real studio, and I love that sound more than when everything became digital and synthesized. So I think it does have those qualities, and the third demo was a 16-track 1-inch tape, and it's cool, but it ain't as good as the Pantego recordings, and
without a doubt, you guys, all the bands that were fortunate enough to record at Pantego, Gamma Side recorded their first demo at Pantego, I believe.
Yeah. So
everybody was fortunate. We're all lucky to have had the Eldon. So cool to hear you refer to him like that.
Yeah, and he I think like when Rick started to put all this money into this recording, I started to freak out, and that's why I did all the the Facebook and all that crap for Rotting Corpse. And during the midst of all that is like he passed away, and it really kind of struck me like, dude, that's the last of that family, dude. I mean, Vinny and Diamond, I think their mom passed away too. I'm like, it just kind of really hit me. They're gone.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It is. It sucks, man.
Well, let's not get too depressing. All right.
It's really weird.
So I was wondering. So y'all take this sweaty, dirty metal sound from garages and bowling alleys to in '91 seeing your brothers in Pantera playing the Monsters of Rock in Russia. What did you think about seeing that?
Well, I'm going to say this. I liked early Pantera. I like Glam Terra better more than heavy Pantera. I'm going to say it. I saw him at Six Flags, and Daryl blew me away, and I was never a big fan of it. But I was excited that they were doing something. Like any band from around here, Toadies or Pantera or Reverend Horton Heat that made that journey to the big hill, I was on board with it. So I wasn't really jealous or nothing, but at the same time, I wasn't connected. Like I have friends that are like, "Oh, that was the time," but it was like, "Oh wow, man, they're." And Daryl was so amazing. He deserved it, dude.
Now he's talking about the Cowboy from Hell days still, though, because the Russia performance, that was before Vulgar even came out.
Right. Well.
Yeah, that was '91, and I have a.
A lot of people.
I was wondering about that show. At that point, they had just put out Cowboys from Hell. It had been a year, and they had basically been this like punk metal band out of Texas, and they had toured with like Suicidal Tendencies. How the hell did they end up opening for Metallica and AC/DC in Russia? Like, whose dick did they suck for that show?
Oh yeah, total contract management.
Yeah, I mean, I Walt, if Walt probably knows that, you guys could get him on and ask him. But to me, those times were kind of a blur because like I said, I didn't know Daryl really well. Like Walt grew up with him. You guys grew up with him, like Ricky and stuff. But I wasn't following him at that time. And I was like, oh, they're huge. That's what it turned into me.
Yeah. So the answer is that's what real management does. Real big time management gets you on shit like that.
When you get away from your daddy, is that what you're saying? Or
no, I wasn't referring to Eldon at all. No, I was just saying that they finally hooked up with real cartel
Right.
management, like, some of the best management you could hook up with if they got them on that show in front of 3 million people in Russia.
Yeah.
That was
But hey,
Admiral,
bro,
I think.
let me throw in something else. Sorry for talking so much, but it's some of these things I just find interesting to keep the story straight.
Cool.
Cemetery Gates had already been on heavy rotation on MTV for almost a year at that point. Pantera had been on Headbangers Ball with Ricky Rackman already. I mean, Pantera was well on their way to blowing up already just because of Cemetery Gates and MTV.
Yeah. And all I can remember was they filled the void of metal where, it's like everything just kind of fell away and grunge came and they were the one that could stand up to it. That's all I remember,
And that was vulgar. That was vulgar.
Yeah.
Basically, they put out vulgar display of power. They basically just destroyed everything. Just every fucking thing. Nothing can stand up to vulgar display of power. Fucking hostile.
Yeah.
Come on.
But it's funny. I saw Daryl back at it's funny. I took my kids to Six Flags this summer and burned up, and we walked past what is that little place where they played at it's a little theater place.
Yeah, I forget what it's called at the minute.
Walt knew the name, but anyway, I saw him play there, and then I saw him during the Damage Plan times, and Daryl was amazing, dude. He was just one in a billion, on guitar. He was up there with them, with the top guitar heroes, so he deserved it. Right. In my opinion, it means
I'm wondering, Steve, how did you and the Corpse react to grunge changing everything?
Well, see, what's funny is, so I started playing in a band called the Bat Mastersons. It was kind of we actually played quite a bit more a Budweiser band, but that was it was kind of like kind of a hard rock Ramones alternative type thing. So I kind of shifted into that too. And I didn't get back into the metal till we did the reunion stuff. So in a way, I kind of joined into the other, kind of thing. So, even though I still listened to the metal stuff and Death and the bands that still kept playing, Paradise Lost, I remember listening to them a lot at that time, and Carcass, I remember going through a heavy Carcass thing at that time. But so I guess my answer is I just stayed into the bands I liked, that were like that. But Corpse basically went into remission in 1990, and we didn't play. Walt did a few little shows. Like I think they played. What was that place that? Oh, the Tattoo Bar. Was that a Pantera thing? They played the Tattoo Bar.
It was in our comments here earlier.
Yep.
Mongols. And the Tattoo Bar.
Yep. And I didn't play bass, but I think Luke, who was one of the last lead guitar players, he and Randy and Walt and somebody else on bass played. But it's kind of biased. I don't think Corpse reformed till 2004 and 2005 after my wedding. And they all showed at my wedding. And the next day we got together and jammed. To me, that's when Roddy Corpse reformed. So, but anyway.
That's sweet.
I know. It's
yeah. You know who's been oddly quiet? Ariel, our third host.
Yeah. Come on, ask me a tough question. I think you're just waiting to say. You can call me a poser if you want. Go ahead, do it.
Oh, I don't think you're a poser. That's very negative. I'm trying to be positive.
I actually I have a shirt that says poser on it, so I'm pretty proud of that. So.
What's
I was going to say when y'all shifted from. Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, were there cries of sellouts in 1991?
Well, it was a different dude. The guys in Morbid Scream formed a band that sounded just like Pearl Jam. I mean, they quit doing Morbid Scream and did a Pearl Jam band.
Really?
I think I saw them at Trees one time.
What's the name of that band?
That was every band after 95.
I know.
Everybody I thought they started another metal band.
Yeah, and I quit and joined a band that sounded like the Pixies and Jesus, Mary Chain, and the Ramones. So I'm cool with my choice, you know. So
It's a great
and
mix.
you know, so like when you hear Nowhere Jets, that is my Jesus, Mary Chain, Ramones side, and then Rotting Corpse is my Celtic Frost Slayer side, and that's kind of where I've settled in playing. Even as an old
So you're
MF,
bipolar.
pretty much. So yeah.
Good.
Just a
Good for you.
OMF.
Hey, did Ariel? You didn't ask me your question.
No,
That's-
I got totally
Come on.
railroad.
He's just an OMF.
It happens.
You could ask me what my favorite food is, or if I like.
I was gonna say
Uh,
we're big movie people over here. So I mean, do you have
Okay.
a particular genre of movies that you enjoy?
You know, so I'm gonna sound like a nerd, but can I just say streaming stuff I'm watching streaming right now?
Yeah.
I'm going deep dive Star Trek. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna
Really?
admit it. Yes, I'm
I
in Voyager
have
right now.
Star Trek
Cool.
figurines behind me that one of my neighbors gave me because I grew up on
Oh,
Star
yeah?
Trek, Star Wars, Stargate,
Okay.
all the star things that you could.
I don't see him back there.
Well, that's because I have a brick wall. Give me 2 seconds. Hold on.
All right,
Let me
we want to
unplug.
see the Star Trek stuff so we can bond on that.
It's been
Now-
3 seconds already.
So
I have to get
I
it.
will
Hold
say this on movies, I'm probably like old school movies, like, you know, what was that one movie, 12 Monkeys, the Brad Pitt one, or Fight Club, or, you know, the old
go,
movies
Steve
like
Murphy.
that. Wait, oh,
Yeah,
oh, you got to do it again.
that's
Sorry,
cool.
sorry. I was.
He was
Okay,
looking
that's-
away talking
It's
about
funny.
Fight Club.
Okay. Oh,
That's-
that's the first generation Star Trek, I think.
Oh, please.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. Well, if
Never
I
mind.
ever meet
Wow.
if I ever meet you in person, I'm going to give you a Star Trek thing. So, but like, you know, the funny thing, and this kind of goes back to the music I listen to. Like, I like the movies that came out, like Star Wars and all that stuff when we were kids in the early '80s, like into the early '90s, and then after that, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's probably great movies, but to me, it's all the old school stuff that, you know, I guess it makes me think about our youth and like when we were discovering the Ramones, Judas Priest, Motorhead, Iron Maiden, you know, Metallica, all those movies, it all lines up for me, and I'm not changing. That's it.
Movies of the 80s.
Yes. I don't know, Ricky, I don't know, is that, you'd probably say the same thing, right? Because that's what we grew up with, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but I really, I'm not a, you know, I got a few movies that I like a lot, and that's about it.
Yeah, and I'm kind of the same way because I quit going to movies like a while back, unless my children force me to go. But they're old enough now where they don't want me to go with them, so I got that going for me.
Rolling
I
up
guess.
now, you
Yeah, but that's
know,
different,
come
man.
here.
You're off the hook with the kids. It's a whole different world. I need to say hi to Jovel de Pastas. Thank you so much for being here tonight,
Cool.
dear.
All right, ask me something else, Ryan Corpse, because we're getting off tangent. Go ahead.
Well, wait. I was going to ask. Your daughter recently went back to school, or what she called the torture chamber. Has she adjusted?
Oh, yes, that's the younger one who's more sarcastic and hard to deal with, and she's just like her father. And I think she's okay. And I probably purchased some things so that her, you know, getting used to school is okay now. So I know I spent $150 on her new backpack, so she's fine. So
Oh my goodness.
No, they have the giant backpack that holds the bottle of water and everything these days.
yeah, it's. I think I have 2 girls, and they're teenagers, and I think I'm doing pretty good. Like I have some. I know some people don't do as well. And mine, they like fancy clothes, but it could be worse. I'll just say that. So.
Well, who doesn't like
Oh,
fancy
no,
clothes?
Touching here, man.
So the funny thing, I want to say this though. I bought recently. I bought a Metal Church shirt, and the older one stole it from me and won't give it back because she likes to wear
Nice.
it. Now, so the next stage is okay. Now you got to listen to the first album at the very least, or at least know Metal Churches. You know, do the theme song. So anyway.
You're gonna wear the shirt. You gotta listen to the music. Can't be a poser.
I know. I'm working on that, but she doesn't wear a Riding Corpse shirt, so I'm basically hurt from that.
You're obsolete.
So. I know. I am.
I don't miss being a teenage girl. I remember that time. Every time I see a teenager at my office, I'm like, no, nope.
I miss being a teenage girl.
No, shut up.
Dude, you were a
You're
good
still a
teenage
teenage
girl. Yeah. Cool.
Right.
He's dead sexy tonight.
I know.
My pup is eating, so she's losing her fucking mind right now. I am not a fucking chew toy.
He's a drummer.
He's my drummer.
Okay.
He's losing his shit.
Drummers are special creatures. You know, I don't even call I don't really call them human, because I've played with a lot of drummers, and I've been very blessed to play with some of the best drummers that, I mean, it's amazing the people I've gotten to play with. But you have to treat them in a certain way, and sometimes you have to have force fields around them. You know, that's the Star Trek thing, and you have to. It's funny. I'm not going to say the name of this drummer Randy from Rotting Corpse, but he used to get a little agitated with the Rotting Corpse Circus of Fools times, and so we would typically Walt would go, dude, somebody got a joint, give him a joint so he'll calm down. And I'm not saying that goes on till today, and I hope he's not watching this, but if you're ever around Randy, you know what to do. People that do that. So after the show, of course, after the show.
Isn't he the drummer in a couple of bands now?
Randy plays in Iron Jaw with the Governor Rick Perry.
There you go.
They play kind of, you know, the priesty stuff. I love that stuff. And I think he's playing with Cleaver and Brian Harris again, and they're doing some kind of Rush thing or something. I'm gonna have to go see that.
I love the Iron Jaw.
Yeah, so he does Iron Jaw, and then he's trying to do the Rush thing, and then of course he does Rotting Dorks. And Craig from Nowhere Jets has another band, Midnight Murder Show. I've mentioned him, Craig, and they
coming up as one of our guests here in another month.
Oh, okay, cool. I hope Craig's on with Hells and the guys. But actually, Hells came on stage with me along with Scott Shelby with Nowhere Jets, and we did Pretty in Pink. Yeah. And Hells sang the Pretty in Pink, and Shelby said something. I heard Pink, you know, at one point. But anyway, so you should have a good show with Hells. He's a good guy. And anyway, so Craig was trying to ask if Randy would play drums with Midnight Murder Show. I was like, no, he's my drummer. So anyway, I have to share him with Rick Perry. He's our drummer. We have like a kind of a 50-50 parent thing going right now. So
oh man, split time.
It's good.
We had to take a minute to say hi to Megan Mosh Pit. She has joined the party on YouTube. It's good to see you. Be over here even more than Facebook.
So, all right. So have you guys, like, I know Ricky's listened to Rotting Corpse, but have you other folks listened to Rotting Corpse before? Or?
I have.
Yes, I did before I got on here this week.
Okay, so you need a little more time for me to ask.
I need a little bit more time, yeah.
Can we listen to Rotting Corpse online anywhere, like YouTube, so I can pull it up and play it? What's the YouTube channel?
Yeah, so we're on YouTube. Well, it's like Google YouTube Rotting Corpse Walter's Gay or something like that, and it brings it up. But we're on Spotify and we're on Apple and all that crap. So just look for later on. You guys can listen to. That's homework for everyone listening. Megan, that's your homework, dear. Do it. But anyway, so we're on all that. We're on that, and then you can also buy the vinyl if you're into like vinyl and stuff like that, so you can listen to it for real. But we're online and all that crap. So one question you could ask me is, Rotting Corpse going to plan to record in the future? And we're actually talking about it. So
what?
Isn't that kind of gay that I did that? But anyway, so we are talking about finishing up. We got a show in Houston on September 20th. So if you're in Houston, come out and thrash with us. And then the 28th, we're doing the benefit at Binion's for MS. So come out to that. And that's in Arlington. And I know Ricky will be there, right?
Yeah, I've got the flyer right here also.
Okay, that's a verbal commitment. All right,
There it
and
is.
then after that,
Got you.
you're pretty much
Let's
you're
fucking
signed
be
up.
there.
Yeah, I've got a
Yeah.
month. I've got a month of time for excuses.
Okay, and then after that, we're talking about writing new songs. So I
Really?
brought that up.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
great.
yeah.
Y'all are
So
talking,
we,
or do y'all have things already in mind?
we have old songs, and then we have this expectation of writing new songs, which I think. So we may just start by recording some songs that never got recorded, and then we may do a cover too. And Walt has a fellow that he's known for a long time that we're going to go to Nashville and record at his little studio in his house. So
Aw.
yippee-yi-yay. So we'll be doing that, and hopefully we'll get something out of it that could like be on streaming or something, and I'll put it out for folks and stuff.
So you're taking a field trip with your band. I love it.
That's what we're talking about. You can't just record in your own studio, your own city, can you? I mean, that's so, I don't know.
I mean,
20. Okay, yeah. When you're old, I guess you go to you have staycations, right? Not staycations. What's it called? Anyway, it's a vacation recording thing. So, but
that was
but-
considered vacation. Yeah, a workcation.
oh, a work.
business-
But is that really work? You love what you're doing?
No, it's not work because we pay for it all. So you have to add hobby to it. So, and that's one of the funny things about Writing Corpses. In the old days, we always managed to spend far more money than we got paid for the show. And usually it was because Walter would bring Van Halen size PAs and run sound. And then a bunch of people would show up, but a bunch of people would, somehow all that money, or there wouldn't be, they'd charge $3. You remember how it was back in the day? $3 to get in, and then we would be like, dude, Walt would be like, I just spent $1,000 on that show. So it's kind of tradition with Writing Corpse to lose money. So we're gonna keep that going probably.
Not sure if that's like the actual
commitment.
tradition, but that's how I think all of us are.
Yeah, but I will say this, and I've been talking to Randy and Walt. I'm just doing this to have fun and enjoy it. And I've had so many friends pass away. Some of them that I played in bands with, some of them were close friends of mine that we had ties with music. And I just want to be around and play shows and have fun with the people that I grew up with. And that, I wouldn't be talking to Ricky right now, who I talked to 20 years ago at Division I, and Ricky was making hamburgers. You remember that?
I was what?
You were making hamburgers out back of Division I last time I talked to you.
Oh yeah. That was
Yeah.
for the Wayne Abney show, where kind of
Oh,
Texas Metal
right.
Alliance formed out of that.
Yeah. Yep. And then before that was 20 years before that, the other time I saw you before that. So I think it's important, the whole metal brotherhood, man, that's where it's at, dude. Cause you
either love music or you don't love music, man. And if you love music, we all end up crossing back in our paths, don't we?
Yeah. And
dude, Division I, the structure is still there. Like, as soon as they closed up shop, nobody else has claimed that spot, but the venue is still there, and it's prime real estate. It's like right down the street from the stadium. You'd figure they would have found
why
something
that
to do
is,
with it.
right? Why that is.
It's cursed.
It's cursed. Cursed.
Is it really?
So, I
Cursed?
don't know. I didn't. The bathroom was
Cursed
kind
by
of
Mickey.
I will say this: I saw a shit ton of fights go on in the backyard or in the parking lot of that venue. So I could see, somebody's evil soul, looking over it and be like, "You can't park here."
You didn't see you didn't see
Ride
Metal
for Dime
Brotherhood, I guess. Oh yeah.
My old band, Grain, we used to that was our home headquarters. Like, that was the place that we would always go back to film the videos and, to take drugs and play on stage, because that's what you did in the early 2000s.
Yeah. Well,
Take drugs and play on
That-
stage.
yeah. But now you got a dog.
Oh,
right?
dude,
So it's-
there was this one time I took ecstasy and we played on stage, and I fucking lost my goddamn mind on stage. And then I went outside, and it was a Friday the 13th in February, and it was snowing. And when if you're sober, that's a magical experience. But when your head is full of MDMA and speed, that is like a whole other world. Just like whoa. And then we had to drive.
Oh. Oof.
So what did you learn from that experience?
Take
I feel
more
like we're in
drugs.
a therapy session.
Okay. So we have a song called War on Drugs, but anyway, it's cool.
Well, just to let you know, that's a war you will never win.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you a story about War on Drugs. So they wrote War on Drugs, and it was before I was in the band. I think Mo kind of wrote it, or Walt, I don't know. And we were playing down in Edinburgh, that Edinburgh show. And Walt, there you go. But that was our kind of slow thrasher. But anyway, so we're playing in Edinburgh, and people are going nuts. There's a lot of Hispanic folks, and Mo's talking about War on Drugs. And this little kid, I mean, he was like 10 years old. He kept going, come here. And I'm like, what?
This
What?
was
I went
during
up
the Reagan era of the war on drugs in the 80s. Just say no to drugs and all that.
Yeah. And so this little kid comes up to me, and I was like, what? What's wrong, man? And he goes, I just smoked a joint with that guy. And he pointed at our singer.
Yeah.
So anyway, we had a song called War on Drugs. I just wanted to make that point. I was straight edge at that time because I wasn't
smoked
21.
a joint or two with that singer.
With Mr.
Mo
Queen, Mr. Mo Queen. So
we were never like the closest friends, but since he was at so many Pantera shows, I definitely got to know him well.
Mo, when we did the reunion shows in 2005, he came out and did a couple of them with us. And I haven't seen him, but I have sent him the vinyl, and I think he's cool with it. I got the vinyl to him, but Mo is alive and well. When we were starting this, I was looking for him. I couldn't find him, but he's still around. And we lost Luke. Luke was the latter lead guitar player. So it was kind of like when we were doing this, I was like, is everybody okay? I was trying to reach out to him and stuff. But Mo's still around. I hope he comes out to a show if we do. It'd be cool if Mo were listening to this, if he came out to the Binion show, but I don't know if that'll happen. So,
hey, Mo.
Mo, get out.
Mo Queen, he was a big old guy. Like I'm 6'2", and he's 6'5", I'm guessing.
Yeah. Mo was.
Is there a moment? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. I want to hear your question. It's important.
Super important. I was just thinking, I mean, y'all have had this long journey till now, and I know that nobody can predict the future, but is there a moment in y'all's history that if you thought y'all would have chose something different, you'd be in a whole different path?
But it's funny because
shoulda, coulda, wouldas, right? I'm just interested.
Yeah. Well,
no regrets, Ariel. No regrets.
None.
No remorse. But so the funny thing is, let's be honest. Like if Rotting Corpse, the original Rotting Corpse, maybe with me on bass, had stayed together, we might have been huge. Because we had Perez and we had Mo. And Mo was a damn good singer, and he was funny. He was like Bailoff from Exodus. And when everyone quit, a lot of that momentum went. And then also Walt started running sound for everybody. He went on tour with Death and Sepultura and different bands. Carcass, I met the guys in Carcass through Walt because he was doing sound for them. And so the momentum died. But the funny thing is, looking back at my life and my children and stuff, I wouldn't change the experience because Corpse was heavy and would knock people on the ground. I mean, literally knock people on the ground in the 80s. And we reformed in 2005. We did the same thing. And then we reformed and we played 2 shows, and we've still just blow people's shit. And so for that experience, that is good enough for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have to play in Russia to feel like I've been fulfilled with Rotting Corpse, right? It's weird because Rotting Corpse is like every other band I play in. I try to get up to the Olympus of what Corpse does to audiences, and it's just Ricky, you've seen us back in the day, dude. It's just Rotting Corpses, like, and none of my other bands got close.
Well, it was different, and especially for here locally, it was different. Yeah, there were a couple of other heavy bands, but that's it. There was only a handful of, I guess you had Gamma Side, you had Warlock.
Yeah.
You have Rigor Mortis, you had Pantera. From there, the list dwindled down.
Was Disciple a thing at that point?
Disciple was a little after that.
Yeah. Actually, the funny thing about Disciple is I grew up in Coppell, and Danny and I forgot the drummer. I'm friends with him Facebook, but those two guys were from Coppell, and they went and got to be super buddies with Pantera and played all those Pantera shows before Pantera blew up and stuff. So they did pretty good for themselves. I'm surprised more people don't remember them, because they played.
Well, I remember them because they eventually became Big Iron. So, and then we played with Big Iron a bunch.
Right. Yeah, and Danny's still around. I
think that was Al Lapeno was their guitarist.
Yeah,
Al.
Mistaken.
Al.
Yeah.
And it's funny. I played in kind of a Weezer band in the late '90s, and we were playing at Rhythm Room. I don't know if you remember Rhythm Room over there off Dwyer or something. It's in Dallas, and we were just playing, and nobody was really there. And this big guy walked up to me, and I go, "Holy shit!" I just thought he's going to kick my ass. And he goes, "Hey, it was Danny." And Big Iron or somebody was playing. I don't know if I think it was we got to play with Big Iron or something like that. So, but he's a great guy. He's still out there. That's another guy I need to catch up with and give him a hug and say, "I appreciate you being around, man," because he goes back to the beginning of all this, and God, I can't remember the drummer's name. I feel bad, but
don't feel bad. No,
and Al,
drummer.
Oh, man, he's a wonderful drummer. Scott. Oh, yeah, we remember you. Mostly your dog, but we do remember you. So, what? Hey, man, what's your dog's name, dude?
Her name is Dee Dee. It's short for Dum Dum.
Okay.
She
gotcha.
I was on.
What?
She's adorable.
Yeah, she's.
What kind of dog, dude? Because I'm definitely a dog person. I lost my puppy. He died in January, and I'm still freaking on him. So.
Aww.
Not to bring the show down. Show the puppy quick. Show the puppy quick.
I can go get my kittens.
Bring the puppy.
I like kittens too.
Yeah.
My
we love pets
All right.
around here.
All right, talk so we see the dog.
The internet loves pets around here.
Peppers.
I'm not sure
That's
what
a
she
good-
is. She followed me home one day.
Yeah.
And
Just
Tho-
totes the
Honduras.
doors.
I was like, she's mine. It's like
Those
that
are the
scene in
best.
Tarzan. I'm his mother now.
Those are the best ones, man. The ones that they're in need and they need you and you step up, in my opinion. But
She like instantly attached to me.
She chose you.
Like around my block is 6 miles, and when I started walking, it wasn't hotter than the devil's asshole. So,
Or sometimes that's the best time to walk or run if you're into it.
right? Not for me.
Negative.
I work outside anyway, so by the time I get home,
Cool.
I'm like, fuck this. I'm going inside where the AC is.
right.
And she.
Well, hopefully the
followed me all
dog's
6 miles.
in the AC. Yeah.
Then I took her to the
Hey,
vet.
Steve, I was wondering, while y'all were doing your thing, did y'all take any influence from the bands from New Orleans and the sludge scene coming out of there?
So you're talking about Exhorta?
Exhorter,
Like
Acid
Exhort-
Bath,
Yeah,
Crowbar.
I used to listen to Crowbar. I liked Crowbar. I remember in the 80s, one time a guy calls me up and he goes, "Hey, man, we want to play with..." He sounded like he was from Brooklyn, New York. He's like, "I'm in this band called Exhorta. I want to play in Dallas." And I was like, "Where are you guys from?" And he said, "New Orleans." I'm like, "You're not from New York or something?" But I liked Exhorter, but they were, it really didn't kind of click as far, like I said, like Corpse was kind of going down that Sepultura, Death, thing and stuff. And, like we played with Dead Horse, and I liked Dead Horse, but it didn't click to like, you know what I mean? Our influences and stuff. But they were cool, I mean.
Like whenever y'all ventured outside of the Metroplex, did y'all find yourself as like the one thrash band in a lineup of other bands, and everybody's like, "What the fuck is thrash doing?" We're trying to play some melodic death metal.
Yeah, I think. Well, and like I said, we stopped in '90, so but when we started reforming,
these guys were pioneers. You had to reiterate that again. Yeah. When they were recording these demos, nobody around here, maybe Sedition, Gamma Side, more of Extreme you'd mentioned.
No. Like when Corpse started, we started before Rigor Mortis. Pantera was playing Van Halen covers and Dokken covers, and Rotting Corpse was the first thrash band, and a month or two later, Rigor Mortis came along, and that's the truth. Okay. I don't know if Bruce would agree with me, but that was the truth. And even Warlock,
so you still had you had the heyday of Warlock prior to that, then, because right before that would have been when Casey and Harden were in Warlock with my other brother David, and that's when they were pretty fucking badass, dude. They just had one guitarist because my brother David could play anything. He was playing all those dive bombs and all that shit way back then. So. Yeah. Warlock was pretty kick-ass before, but I'm not Warlock thrash though.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm saying we were the first thrash band. There were heavy bands, and back then there wasn't Sedition. There was Talon.
Boss Tweed wasn't thrash, but they were heavy metal.
And Talon was basically kind of hard rock. They were kind of sort of and they got and then Pete and
it was heavy. Pete Sedition was heavy on the heavy.
Yeah, and Pete, Turner, and Eddie. Then they got that drummer that was so badass, and that's when they turned into Sedition. At least from what I remember, and that was like '88.
Oh man, now you're bringing up drummers. What was his name? Dunn was his last name.
Mike, was it Mike Dunn? He was
Mike Dunn. Dunn
he was a badass.
Oh yeah, dude. Like I was there. That's when me and Turner Van Blarcom were at our closest, so we were hanging out pretty regularly. Yeah. So I was there at that time, and it was really a lot of good times.
If you want to be close to Turner, just go to Reno's.
That's
Turner's
right.
There. He's there right now. If anybody wants to meet Turner Van Blarcom, who played in Pump and Ethel, Sedition, Talon, he did the Bones for Ministry. If you want to meet Turner, just go to Reno's and order a beer and look over. He's right there.
That's so funny, man.
It's true,
it's
dude.
Very true. I forget about it, and it surprises me every time. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. You hang out right here by this fucking painting of Mike Scotia with your bones all around it.
Yep. And it's funny, like in the late 90s, I was doing programming controls work, and we were out at the Mesquite Rodeo.
Yeah.
And we were like, the guy I was working with, I was like, let's go to the convenience store. And I walk in the convenience store and I look over, and this is like 98. So very few people had head tattoos at this point, and tattoos all over the body.
Sure.
And I was looking over and I was like, oh, who's that son of a bitch? And I was like, holy crap. And then I was like, Turner. And we talked, and it's funny, like with Turner, there's always like it takes like a few minutes before he remembers me. He's like, oh, Murphy, process revealed, Eldritch Right. He goes way back to the first, but
y'all were more from the same area. Aren't you from Irving?
Well, I grew up in Coppell, and
same kind of area. I kind of put you up there with Bruce and Turner.
Yeah, and it's funny. Like I met Bruce before he was in Rigor. He was just hanging out, helping him and stuff like that. Next thing I know, Bruce the singer, and they did the demo, and it was good. I liked Bruce with him and stuff. And but I didn't know Bruce till I got in the scene. I didn't know Turner. I didn't know Turner till we drove up one time, and you remember that old pickup he had, like that old Ford or Chevy and stuff, and we were playing at Tombstone. It was like, I'm Turner Van Blarcom, or whatever he would say. And we were like little kids, and we're like, who's this guy? Is he going to kill us or something? But, we were like little little kids from suburbia that were like, we like Slayer and stuff like that. But Turner's a character, man. He used.
Dude, you're really good at doing different vocals, man. You
I
should
was gonna
definitely
say.
have a separate work as a voice. Dude, he should be a voiceover actor. I'm telling you. Like, I feel like I'm experiencing a SpongeBob episode just talking to you.
Dude, all I gotta say is, I used to work with a guy, and he worked for me. I was his boss, and he used to tell me when I did my invitations, he goes, "Dude, you have one invitation. It's the Wacky Prospector." I was like, "No, I can do more than the Wacky Prospector. I can do Turner. I could probably do. I could do Bruce. I could probably do John Perez. Oh well, anyway. No, I can't. When I think about it, I can't do it. It just has to come out. So,
yeah, naturally.
But next time we'll have Walt on, and Walt will do. You think I'm wacky? You got to see Walt. God, boy, he. And I was on the way over.
Hey, Walt. Walt, if you're listening, come on the show sometime.
I know. Well, I'll get him on next time. This week's been insane. I didn't really invite the guy. I was wanting to invite people so I wouldn't be rambling. But I talked to Walt before, and he was having girlfriend problems, and I started playing a blues song. And he was telling me about his girlfriend. But Walt gets hot chicks. I just want to say that everyone needs to understand Walt gets hot chicks, and he's always had the long. You remember Walt thought he always had the long hair. You know, I don't think there's one time I saw him and he cut it off and it looked funny, but now he's always had long hair. So
it looks funny.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of scenes, Dallas in the mid '80s had like pretty much the biggest MDMA scene and dance club scene. I was wondering, did that ever infiltrate and coalesce with y'all's scene, or was it more like a reaction, like the punks reacted to disco?
Well, you know what's funny is like, so you're talking like the Stark Club and all that.
The Stark Club.
Yeah. So
yeah.
So, you know, so I was doing Corpse and doing metal, and then we formed Processorville and we started doing hardcore and punk. And then I started getting then we'd listen to some of the dance stuff. And so like Craig and them would go and do, what was that letter? E? Whatever. They would do that. I didn't. I was a good kid. But we went to the dance clubs and we saw it. Now, I wouldn't say I was like in the scene, but I did experience it. And for me, I'll be honest, what it turned in for me is discovering stuff like Skinny Puppy and Ministry and Revolting Cocks and all that stuff.
Yeah, now we're talking.
And I saw Skinny Puppy at Clearview, and it was the loudest freaking show I've ever seen. It shook my whole frame of my body. And Nivik Ogre, that guy, he would do those contortion. It was unbelievable. So I guess that's as far as I got in the club scene is weird. And the other great band is Puncture. I used to go see Puncture back then. You guys remember them? Featuring Mr. Rick Perry.
Perry's industrial metal band.
Yep. And I've heard a rumor, and it may or may not be true, and Rick's gonna get mad when I say that they may play live. But I don't know if that's gonna happen. Rick's gonna be mad. But
I might have heard a rumor about it.
And when we were in Austin, you remember Larry Moses? Larry Moses showed up for that show.
True.
And
Larry Moses contributed to my Skull Press magazine also.
Yeah. Larry Moses was back at the early, he did YMI and did punk bands. And dude, Larry Moses is the one that turned me on to the DC sound, like Fugazi and Government Issue. And I kind of knew about Minor Threat already, but he turned me on to the other bands, Rites of Spring and stuff like that. So I owe a lot to Larry. But he mentioned something about a possible Puncture reunion, but I don't know if it's going to happen. But if it does happen, I want to be there. And the thing about Puncture is that,
would you say that you're more of a punk in metal clothing then?
Well, I think if you listen to Rotting Corpse, that kind of comes across, because it's definitely a punk attitude, wouldn't you say, Ricky?
Uh-huh.
I mean,
we should listen to the song Rotting Corpse.
Do it.
Shit, yeah.
So I have to be quiet.
Oh, you can talk over it if you like.
Okay.
Yeah. It's your song.
Can I stretch? This has been tough on an old body. I'm stretching while you guys do that.
It's a great time.
Yeah. Drink some water, take a few deep breaths, contemplate your place in the
Rotting
universe.
corpse yoga.
Finish your whiskey.
Agua.
Thank you, Megan.
You wouldn't happen to know what the snare he
There's Mo right there.
I got the sound of Kill 'Em All.
Yep. Dave Greider on drums.
Yeah, there's definitely a DC sound in there.
There it is. Sounds very Metallica-ish.
Yep.
Sounds like something from Kill 'Em All.
Yeah. They always said in the interviews, our first Exodus album, and I know Walt was listening to a lot of that, but I hear Kill 'Em All
and Metallica.
Exodus, and Metallica.
And Metallica. We were Metallica freaks. Me, Walt, and Dime. All three of us. Metallica fucking freaks.
Yep.
Did y'all like Megadeth?
Yeah.
Not as much in the beginning because, again, Megadeth, Peace Cells didn't come out. Their second record. So the first record was out, but the second record that was Kick-Ass didn't come out until, around the same time as Ride the Lightning.
Yeah.
Or maybe they even had to Ride the Lightning.
Peace Cells came out in like '86, so that would have been around Master of Puppets time.
That's my point. See, we were all completely Metallica, enthralled on the Kill 'Em All record. Kill 'Em All was all it took. Yeah. So when Ride the Lightning came out, it was like, the new Metallica. We were already hooked, sold. And of course, that Ride the Lightning delivered the goods. It was a great record.
Hey, Ricky, did they play Ride the Lightning, or was it Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning when they played in Tyler?
That was the Kill 'Em All tour with Raven, and Raven was on the All for One tour. So It was called the Kill 'Em All for One tour.
Did you go to that? Or
I did. I went to both the Texarkana show and the Tyler show. So there were two of them. The tour didn't come through Dallas or Fort Worth. but it
Yeah.
stopped in Texarkana, Texas, and Tyler, and we went to both shows. So we got to know him. The first show was Texarkana. That's where we got to meet him, talked for a couple of hours, and really broke a lot of ground. So when we saw him the next night or 2 nights in Tyler, we just kind of picked up where we left off, and it's just the way it was back then. If you actually enjoyed heavy metal music and all this new music that was coming out, and it didn't have to be unheard of stuff, it could just be the best of the Aerosmith songs. That's what I remember about Metallica, is just agreeing on all the best of the they enjoyed the best, talking about James and Lars in particular.
Right.
Enjoyed the best of the Queen songs. Enjoyed the best of the Van Halen songs, enjoyed the best of the Aerosmith songs, and all the other new metal coming out, So we could just talk fucking music all night.
Yeah. And Cliff was playing bass by that time, right? Or
oh yeah. That's pretty. I got, I really feel like I got to know those guys, Steve.
Yeah.
I feel like I got to know Cliff. I related to him very well. He's just a different, cool kind of a person that's really highly motivated, but doesn't really show it, and I'm one of those kind of people, I think. At least that's kind of how I see myself. And so I hit it off with Cliff really well. And when I went to the last day of the Ride the Lightning tour, it was, they were out with Wasp and Metallica. It was the last day of the Ride the Lightning tour. I got to hang out with Cliff Burton for a little while. Yeah. So, he was really a good dude. And
I didn't see him that early, but I saw him twice on the Master of the Puppets, and it was bigger and more grown up. And I know the day that I heard he died, that was one of those, like the president dying days for me. I know, because. Oh, yeah. Dude, because one of the reasons I play Rickenbacker bass even till today is because of Cliff Burton.
Yeah, he changed bass playing. You play through a wall pedal also?
No, I don't really do any of that stuff. I just thought the Rick was cool, and I used to be a guitar player, but wasn't very good, so they made me play bass. And when I graduated from high school, my mom let me pick out something for a graduation, and we went to Lightning Music in Addison off.
Yeah.
God, what road that is? It's not Lightning Music anymore. And I went in there and I saw the Rickenbacker, and I said, "Mom, I want that." And it was still like $1,000 even back then. And I grabbed it. I wish I still had that one. In 2005, I bought another. As we reformed for the reunion stuff, I thought, man, this is gay playing like a Fender with Corpse. So I went out and bought the one that I still have now, the Rick I play even now. So it's
cool.
It's not the easiest bass to play, but it looks cool, I guess, right?
It does look cool.
Yeah.
And if it fits your psyche, it's all about how you feel when you're performing, So it's all important.
Oh yeah,
you bet.
Hi, Arkansas. I saw you spitting stuff on the chat. Good to see you.
This is our moderator, Steve. Thank you, Arkansas.
Cool.
Awesome. Oh yeah. All right, so once again, a quick reminder, please go to scjdistro.bigcartel.com and get the Thrash in Pain or Die Insane vinyl from Rotting Corpse, available now. I was wondering, we've got some concerts that we've got to advertise right quick. Steve, cool. You want to see what's going on?
All right,
Yay.
get your asses out and have some fucking fun.
Got this show right here.
Fun.
Support the scene. We used to say that back in the
This
old
is-
days, right, Ricky?
This is going to be a great fucking show, and come out because it's for a good cause. R.I.P. Leslie Corbin.
Yep. Becky Rose has worked really hard on this. Come out and support it. So
We've got plenty of time to.
Who are those
promote-
bands, Ariel?
Becky Rose.
we got Cauldron, which is Varnum's band. He's coming into town
Barnum
from
Hawnville, singer from Gamma Side.
Gamma Side. He's coming in from the Bayou, and who else is on it? I can't see.
Tower
it.
High.
Tower High, who's
Cast
made-
Iron Cowboys.
Tower High's drummer
Boyd,
has made shirts
Justin
for Rotting
Jackson.
Corpse. Yep.
Hamsters of Rock.
Grant Morrison, who is just fantastic live if you ever get a chance. Fantastic.
Cool.
After the Crisis, is that one of them?
I'm
Is
not.
it?
I'm not prepared.
Oh,
I'm not
yes.
prepared for this. I'm not prepared. I
Well,
apologize.
everybody put it on your schedules. This show is September the 28th, so it's over a month away. We'll be talking about it a lot for the next month, so put it on your schedules now. Here's a big shout
There will
out
be
to
awesome
the-
food, music, mayhem, and an auction. Ooh, there we
So
go.
Speaking of
I
Killer
miss-
Live
I
local,
miss pitch like that.
this
Yeah.
is Pantera posted this, or Rick Brown did. I stole it off of his Facebook post of the show they played in Cincinnati, I think, to a club audience, and Metallica came out and sang "Walk" with Pantera at a
Okay.
club,
Oh,
and this
cool.
is the audience. So keep your club scene like this.
Yep.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, so next week we got some new vein. Be sure to tune in next week for some new vein.
Hey.
Shout out to our very own Ariel and Stormy Daniels from the All-Star Drunken Slug Fest.
Wait, Stormy Daniels? The
It's Star.
porn star?
It's
Very
Star
cool.
Daniels.
Star Daniels. Did I
Man,
say
you are
Star?
moving up in the world.
Oh, that was last night.
I'm glad. I'm glad I'm not the only one that does things like that with words. It's cool. That's how I
Yeah.
write songs.
Wor-
Yeah, Stormy was last night.
Words are funny like that.
That's the way
Yeah,
I
it's
do
right
words.
there on her hello tag, Star Daniels.
There you go. Cool.
She's-
Man, I was thinking about this earlier. Eddie Lee from Iron Man.
Iron
if you're
Man.
listening and you do another set with Star Daniels, may I suggest y'all should cover "Give Me Back My Man" by the B-52s. I feel like y'all
Ooh.
and Star would totally knock that song out of the park.
Cool.
That would be dope.
Oh, by the way, everybody, Against All Odds just reached 1,000 followers. Congratulations,
Yay!
Ariel. And Brett and Ben. Y'all are fucking amazing. Y'all deserve it. Now let's get it to 2,000 followers, people.
Let's go.
Step
we can use that
one,
now,
click
everybody.
the three dots. Step two, click invite friend.
We're gonna infect the world.
Step 3, let's fucking go.
Let's fucking
Sounds a
go.
little bit
Hey.
like kindergarten class, but either way, I'm so glad it worked. And thank you, Eddie Lee, for putting this together for our very own Ariel and her.
Yeah, that was amazing.
band.
Is that the Haltom?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. See. I'm not too out of touch.
They're flying.
That's our T pose. When we want to reset, we just do a T pose.
Cool.
That's our thing. We got our very own show with Blow Your Brains Out coming
That's
up
right.
at Diamond Gyms.
Yep.
And guess how much it's
be-
gonna cost
pay
you?
it. Next week
Where
we will
Dark
have the
Avenue
lineup
played it.
for this show on the show. So yes, we got members of Descent, Pete Town, Perceive, Dark Avenue, of course Against All Odds, and Rotten Cotton Candy next week. That'll be a fantastic show.
I've heard one of those bands, the Rotten Cotton Candy guys, sent me one of his songs. I liked it. It was like rock and roll or something. It was a cool song. I really liked it. Where are they from? Are they from like San Antonio?
Rotten Cotton is Arlington.
Yeah, they're Arlington. Okay, well, come to the show and introduce yourself, guy.
Yeah, come on out
It's-
to.
It sent me
Mr.
that. I've been listening to that song. It's a cool song, and I'm gonna listen to Against All Odds too, right, Ariel?
Yeah, we have another single coming out next
You're on
week.
You're
We're
on
gonna play it
spots.
tonight. I always end the show with a couple of songs, so we'll play some Against All Odds before we end here real quick.
We are on
Cool.
Spotify. We're on
Right.
all the things.
We
Okay, I
like
will
to
listen.
waterboard our audience with local music.
Well, I've seen your drummer's dog, so I have to listen to your music now. So.
It's the little things.
Yeah.
There's
dogs.
the podcast for next week.
Yes, sir. That's right. So, introduce yourself. Hiya.
All right, so it's going to be a kick-ass show, and it's nigh upon us. Just got 2 more weeks, everybody. It's going to be blow your brains out all over Diamond Gym Saloon with these bands
right.
I've been really wanting to see. Descent, P-Town Skanks, Perceived, Dark Avenue, Against All Odds. I always want to see them. They're better every time, and every time I see y'all, Ariel, I don't get enough. Got to move y'all up in the lineup. And Rotten Cotton Candy.
Yeah.
Exciting.
And it's free. Free.
Free's good. Tip your bartenders, right?
Go over to our YouTube channel. Check it out. This is the graphic for our YouTube channel. So on your phone, you'll just see those 3 flyers in the center there. On your TV,
That's
you'll
right.
see the whole thing.
Put your tip in the bartenders.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. What do we got here? We got a show.
We got shows.
It's a big show
We got
this
shows.
weekend in Denison, Texas. Elmo Jones Productions, everybody.
With our friends Raid, Wolvera, Warhog. I hope Scott Beatley's doing okay with his
Shout
health.
out Scott
dude,
Beatley.
Fucking for real. Yeah, dude. Nothing but love for Scott Beatley, man.
Yeah. Love and support.
Well, I was hoping that Raid or Wolvera might join us tonight, but it's okay. This show is this coming weekend at Red Rock Saloon in Denison, Texas.
And we got more friends playing the night before, opening for Edema, Stonehaven, and Here for Now.
Yeah.
I hate
I love it.
all lit up. All right, so that's the
I
weekend
hate
there.
Badass band. I hate. Come on the show sometime. Damn it.
Come on with it.
If you want to hear Artificial Echoes by Warhog, you can go back and listen to our show last week or go to their YouTube channel and check it out. But they're playing the show at Red Rock Saloon this Saturday, August 24th. So get on out. Here's another show this weekend. Oh, wait, this is the same show as ours
Growl's
next
cool.
Saturday.
I played Growl before.
I haven't played there yet.
As which
we played
band?
Oh, it's great.
outside. Did you play inside or outside?
Yeah.
I played
you know what?
inside.
If the weather is nice, playing outside is really nice. But
It's
mostly,
neat. It's nice.
when you're playing inside, it's very punk rock, very sweaty, and very vinyl.
Love
Cool.
it.
I gotta do that someday.
Which was
Or no,
perfect for me.
Cool.
So you have Dying Breath on this set, Vasir, Dead Stereo, and Yellow Belly.
Cool.
Yellow Belly.
Madison
Mason
Adams Project.
Texas Road Trip in. Mason Adams.
Mason.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
They'll
okay.
be playing at
This
Troy's.
show-
They'll be playing at Troy's in December.
Oh, really? Then they're coming back.
Oh,
Wow,
and
they are.
and the Cicada and Growl in September. Sorry.
Check that out. Isn't that wild?
Oh, they're going all over the place. This
Well,
year.
they're calling it a Texas road trip and fall tour.
I love it.
Cool.
So some of you
Awesome.
bands might take note of these venues here that they're playing.
Take note, Brett. Take note.
All right, Growl
Take
Steel.
that fucking note, Brett.
Huh?
Look at Brad.
You missed it. You totally missed it. That's okay. We'll go back and watch the show. August 24th, another great show coming up. Growl, or is this? No.
The Mullins.
I love it.
Yeah.
And then Shortwave.
I like
Like
Happy
Yes,
Phantom.
La Glissier. Glissier? I don't know. It's like French.
Happy
So
Phantom
that's
is
August
a guy.
24th.
I think that's the French way of saying hot dog.
Yeah.
Le glizzy.
Oh, like Lizzie's. I just learned about ones the other day.
Hot dog, hot diggity dog.
Now we're talking.
Anybody with kids knows that song.
Yep.
All
Happy
right, Weenie Man.
I'm sure there's a people looking out. Damn, it's Friday the 13th of September. I like that.
I love it. I want some more of it.
Manifestive. Damn it. I've been hitting them up for fucking months now. Manifestive. Come on the show, man. We want to talk to you.
Come on the show. Playing Growl Records in Arlington, Texas.
Pre-Oktoberfest shenanigans. Planet June presents.
Popping over to Reno's real quick. We're going to be bouncing around some venues here real fast.
September
Ooh,
1st.
Cyberpunk.
It's going to be dope.
Go ahead.
I
How dope
couldn't
is it
see
gonna be?
anything left.
Electrodes and Rust. Cyberpunk EBM Industrial. Andraco. Terror Void
Screw
Complex.
Pilot.
Riot!
Vector.
I like Riot.
Electrodes and Rust 2.
Swords and Tequila.
Tequila and swords.
All right.
Has
This Saturday,
everyone
we
here,
got 200 stab wounds.
That's cool.
everyone
Oh,
here
no.
heard Swords and Tequila by Riot?
Want to see my snake? No.
Actually,
No,
I like
You
no,
didn't have
Brett.
that.
We don't want to see your
Answer
snake.
is always yes.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay, sure.
There's
We
confusion
we
on the
want to
panel.
see your snake, I guess. All right.
Y'all were talking about the dog. I've got
I
another.
guess this is going to be that kind of show, huh?
Dogs that
You know, we're trying to
choose.
be respectable around here.
Her name is Lilu from.
Lilu.
Oh, you got her there? Okay, if you got her.
Let's see the dog.
Oh,
What's that?
Lilu. Oh,
Right.
from, what is that? Is that
Yep.
Futurama? Okay.
Hey, check these out, Dave. These are scriptorium
Fifth
shows
Element.
or something. It says scriptorium at the bottom.
No shit. Fuck yeah. Go, Alex.
I wanted to do two things: point that out, and then also tell Alex thank you very much for being so kind to blow your brains out.
All right, I got her.
Dude, Alex wrote the nicest fucking write-up about this show. Good fucking God. Thank you, bro. That was
Okay,
so
we'll be
fucking
right
sweet
back
what
to
you wrote
this
about us.
show flyer. But right now, Alex and Scriptorium Magazine, this snake's for you. Oh God, he blew it.
It's
You
gone.
go.
Where's the
Damn
dog?
it.
Where's the dog? Come on.
She started fucking barking
It's,
at
it's in
Lilu.
the snake's mouth. Ah, there he is. This snake's
Oh,
for you.
that's so cool.
Her name's
That's
Lilu.
metal.
It's from the Fifth
Alan.
Element, right?
Alice Cooper metal.
$1 billion baby.
I think she's happy
Three
right
or
now.
four, I can't remember. Deeds, chill the fuck out.
School's out
You're
for
good snake.
ever.
Yep, that's her. She's a little pastel.
Wow.
Ah,
I've
Well,
never
she
had
looks
a,
like a
never
sweetheart.
never had a snake, but it's cool.
Little ball python.
Hey,
well,
They get much
there's
they
a-
get much
Well-
bigger, or they
If I bred her, she would get bigger, but I don't. Like she's pretty
Right.
small.
the problem
you're
is
there, tell
finding
everybody
enough
to blow your
rats for it
brains.
to eat.
Blow your brains out.
every Wednesday, 8 p.m.
Every Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Shit.
Diggs, chill the
Yes.
fuck out.
Thanks, Lilu.
Thank you, Leland.
Didi is like losing her fucking mind over here. Alright, I'll be right back.
jealous
All right.
dogs.
All right. So, November
Cool.
16th, Putrid Pile, Cerebral Desecration, Demon Seed, Astyanax, Gutricide, Unsentient, and Violent Death are good friends.
Bravo, Dave.
Thank you. Thank you.
You came in rapid fire. Love it.
And then we got more friends: Slasher Party Massacre, Silver Tongue Devil, Tyrannical Deception, Dreadland, Electric Vengeance, and Insufferable at Haltom on, where is the date?
The 25th of
I can't
October.
All right,
There
so
we
Alex,
go.
we have plenty
Thank
of
you,
time
Ariel.
to promote these shows. Get in touch with us and let's promote these shows together.
That's right. We don't
Love you,
win
man.
unless we all work together.
Party.
Well, we're working together either way. We just want to be a little closer and a little more intimate.
Yes.
Cool.
Just, don't involve the cops. We're not trying to get that close.
All right, so here it is. Hell the Sun.
A lot like we're September 13th. It's just a Friday at Trees.
It's a tree show there.
Yawn.
Trees.
This other one says Scriptorium on it also. Haltom
I love
Theater.
that flyer with the Cookie Monster.
Turd Cutter.
Oh, it's fun. Okay, this one's September 19th.
Blanket M. Anti-Rad. Panther Revival. And it says Scriptorium at the bottom again.
Very cool.
I love
Yeah.
that.
September 19th. Haltom Theater.
See? We're people that know people. Like fucking Barbara Streisand and shit.
Trying.
What?
Our
Babs?
friends.
This is a pretty cool death metal band here, or black metal. Black metal
Black
band.
metal.
I'd vote for
Melodic black metal.
This one's going to be in Brownsville, Texas. And they're so
Brownsville,
kind to list the names.
Again, bands take notes so you can contact these clubs for shows.
Brownsville.
Yes. Help us help you.
The other one is Saturday. Sell Your Soul Saturdays at Foss Tavern.
They have pizza.
8/24, no cover, 21 and up, 9 p.m. Votan, Corpus Christi Black Metal.
Burning churches.
That's right.
Some more Haltom Theater.
Mhm.
You know, we went over this flyer last week
Mortician.
and I still struggle.
That's okay. We got
Kill
Mortician,
Everything.
Kill Everything, Cheese Grater Masturbation. I'm still waiting for them to hit me back because just based on the name, we've got to have them on. Demon Seed, Cesspool of Corruption, and Ariel.
Or
Proud of you again, dude. We're going to have to give you an award.
every week Dave wins the Name That Metal Band award.
I'm just happy y'all remember my name.
All right, so this other one's that other show with Votan.
Is that Self God up top? War Cult?
Sure.
Something else?
Yep. Votan, yep. This is all at Boozer's Rock Bar.
And this is next week.
Boozer's Rock Bar.
Love it.
I'm guessing that's way south Texas right there.
No,
Most
yeah, I
likely.
think honestly that's Corpus. I believe that one is in Corpus. Boozers is because I remember him telling us about Boozers.
There used to be a
Oh, yeah.
Boozers in Deep Ellum on Elm Street. Boozers.
Ariel, tell us about this show. By the way, Allegiance no longer part of the schedule, sadly.
Yeah, I need to update this. whole
Oh,
thing.
really? They didn't update me on the whatever. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Because we're on it. And we're going to be awesome. And you should come to watch us and everybody else that's going to play here. Good.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a dope show. So this one's at
Fucking
the
A.
Halton Theater. We're going to be on the side stage. This is after September the 13th. It's on September the 14th on a Saturday. Bring all your friends to come watch everybody. We've got great bands. We've got Burner, Electric Graveyard, Against All Odds. I'm a little biased, but we're going to be.
I apologize for not updating that. I will update that.
I don't even
Oh,
have
you're
it.
good. Like this just happened. Like Allegiance, I think, just dropped out like yesterday or maybe even today. I can't remember if that was the show that I tagged Collide Over Me and then they hopped on it. But I know Collide Over Me just hopped on a Haltom show that just had a band drop off. So, Grego, I heard tales of you coming to visit us tonight.
Oh, that's
You know.
right.
But oh, good.
Grego's supposed to answer.
Ooh, this looks like a fun night of dancing.
Yes. Yes, it does. Coven night out.
Night
The
of
witches ball.
dancing.
We're gonna have
Tell us
DJ
about it,
J.
Ariel.
Oh, I don't know. This just looks like a lot of fun. But DJ, is it Sustain? Like he's supposed to be Satan, but Sustain. And Bedlam Bats. It's gonna be awesome. I just know it's just whole fall witchy thing going on.
Well, that's in Denton, so y'all get your rocks off with the UNT folks.
Get your rocks off.
Oh, it's my alma mater.
It's a Pantera
All
song.
right.
Get your rocks off. Wait, that's
Kill Devil Hill, fantastic band with former members of Five Finger Death Punch.
Say that name 10 times really quickly.
Metonic. Hand over
How many
fist. Metonic.
former members are there of Kill Devil Hill? Because there's a new band out called Black something.
Well, luckily you just found the show that Collide Over Me hopped on. Okay, so that's the one with Josie Scott. Cool. So that's gonna be a good one. And Soulshine, Jeremy Bellamy, great dude right there. That'll be fun. I wonder if Josie Scott still straightens his hair like he used to.
What's the over under? I say he does.
Click, click, boom.
Saturday, August 24th. That's this Saturday at Lava Cantina. We have Sick, Lost in Hollywood, and Motorbrook. Tribute bands rocking it out.
Holler.
Rock
Friday,
Radio.
August 30. Rock Radio.
Louisville.
Check this out. I got Kill House representing with some pictures from Ridgely Theater Show.
Jared's so dope.
Dude, he's so cool, man. For real. For real, for real.
We're gonna be like actually
Black-
friends.
He's that cool.
Black. Oh, yeah. He's cool enough to be eaten.
He's Kill House Nachos cool, this guy.
Good.
Black Magic Social Club. Is that Houston?
That's the Houston. Yeah.
That's correct.
Okay.
I think that's where we're playing. In Houston.
That's right. That's where you would be playing. Black Magic
Yep.
Social Club with Rotting Corpse.
November.
Let us know. We'll
8th.
promote it for you, man.
I'll send you
yeah.
all stuff for that. I promise.
Hey, Steve
man.
Murphy, the best thing to do, I tell everyone this, but nobody listens. But really, it's the easiest thing for me. So the best thing is we operate a group called the Blow Your Brains Out group.
Oh, just post it to the group. I can do that.
That way you're killing two birds with one stone. You're posting to the group, so you're doing social media advertising, and then I can pull it off of there real easy.
So
And in the
when I
grand
post on
tradition
mine,
of
I'll
all
send-
American heroes, we will hawk your products like Bill Cosby.
Oh man, how do you think Bill's doing?
Speaking of hawking, get some
Oh,
hawk
he's doing.
blood.
That's one thing from the
Man,
80s
Fat
I
Albert, you need to
watch.
lose weight. I feel like a bitch.
Drink a little of this.
All right, you want some hot sauce that tastes like titties?
That's
Yeah,
it.
love's the
Love's
drug.
the drug.
Love Juice hot sauce now available. Halter
Said
gets
they had some hot
Halter-
toil on there, man.
Halton gets
Dude,
hammer
electric-
smash.
Electric Vengeance fucking all over the place, man. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
They're getting out, man. They're getting out. Silver Tongue Devil.
They always
House
have,
of
man.
Madness.
Creeper.
Creeper's playing this weekend.
You got to say it like that. Creeper. You can't just say creeper. You have to say creeper.
This
Now
Saturday,
we have to
24th.
clarify. This is the Texas creeper, not the UK creeper. There are several creepers walking around, so be careful.
Oh goodness, I'm gonna have
You're
to
not
study
wrong.
that.
So it sounds like this: Saturday, August 24th, Creeper, Texas, with
Yep.
Swarm. Memories of dying days. From then on, glimpse of death. The protocol. The
Be better if it was
Chronicle?
if it was Schwartz
Anyway, so Creeper, Texas.
and Schwartz.
All right, just having a good time with
parking.
That's the thing, man. Gotta know parking situations.
Yeah. Hey, it's
Yeah.
a cool place to park. I've never had a problem with pigs out there, so y'all stay cool out there and keep it cool.
Now, don't go fucking crazy, all right? Haltom will still bust your ass, all right?
Oh, I'm not going that crazy. That's what I said. It's y'all stay cool,
yeah.
keep it cool.
Yeah. Be smart with your shit, people. All right? Don't think that you're special.
Everyone gets a award on this show. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
I just broke some.
Speaking of that, y'all like my extra graphics?
You fucking
I
right,
did
dude.
extra skulls to the graphic here via my Canva AI program.
Skeletal remains and Bewitcher.
Ooh.
Some other names I can't
So,
read, but
we've
we
been-
have
Yeah, we've been advertising this show for weeks now, and I still don't remember the fucking names of these bands. Okay, there we go. There's bands I can remember.
Yeah.
Black Flag's coming.
Also this weekend.
August 24th. This
For
weekend.
real?
Not
Black.
not
Black
with
Flag?
not with Henry Rollins. Not with Rollins.
And
Just
you
to
know
be
what?
clear.
That's probably better, in my opinion. I said
And
Probably right.
September 25th, Exploited.
Bonnie
The-
exploited. Yes.
That's
Suicide
right.
Machine.
But the only one that didn't pass yet is this
Oh,
October.
it is.
About trees.
All right, fucking DS.
Yeah. Suicide Machines has already passed, but I'm sure it was a good show.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Dying fetus.
That one's gone.
Speaking of subculture,
yes.
1023.
That's right. They are waving goodbye to the masses. So if you ever wanted to see Sepultura, this might be your last chance.
Oh.
The new Sepultura. Right?
But in this Marvel day and age, nobody ever stays dead. So who knows?
It's all
That's
about
true.
the Benjamins.
tomato
That's
to fuck off.
That one's
Mhm.
going to be played at the Factory in Deep Ellum, September 30th.
It's a nice club. I went there for Earnjaw.
Did you go to that show? Cool.
Yes, I moshed too, Ricky.
Yes.
Oh.
The man moshed.
I really miss you more now.
But you know what? I still haven't skanked yet in a while.
Well,
Remember
Well, you're
that?
still young.
Skanking.
we're
I might
at-
break. I might.
we're
I
back
might.
here.
Might break a hip, but I might try
Here's two,
skanking again.
here's two opportunities.
To skank.
Bye, Brett. Thank you for hanging out with us. Love you.
Bye, Brett.
Now,
See you this weekend.
there is another opportunity coming up this August 31st with P-Town Skanks. So you can come out and skank with us at our Blow Your Brain.
Oh, you
Shit, yeah.
did that very good. Good job.
Oh, yeah. We're a well-oiled machine up here, Steve.
Not sure about that, but it was good.
Ah,
I need to go see Iron
Well,
Man.
we
Let's
I've
see.
heard
we
Iron
appreciate
Man's
your
good.
condescension.
Hey, it's over the limit. You're gonna get that from me now. So I've been around you over an hour. You're gonna get the, as they call it in Ireland, you're gonna slag me. Did you slag me there?
Well, good. I drink it up like a fucking Slurpee. That's what I do.
Next time it'll be totally different. I promise. So I'll bring. Walter.
So the biggest, grandest, most motherfucking killer show this weekend. Iron Man. Diving chill.
I want to see.
Raise the roof.
I heard it's.
Oh, dude, they're really
I heard
good.
this is good.
He's really good.
I heard it's
Eddie's
good.
really good.
Hey, Steve, take it from me.
He's a beautiful guy.
Grew up Black Sabbath and Aerosmith, my favorite bands. And I can tell you that Iron Maiden are better than Black Sabbath on the Technical Ecstasy tour.
Whoa. Let's not say things we can't take back.
Well, Ozzy was kind of messed up on that tour, right?
That's part of the joke.
Okay. Well, never mind then. Continue.
It's a cool. I like that album. It's a cool album.
It's an
It's
AI
not
generated song, Megan. No, that's the tour that Van Halen opened, and they're famous for being all coked out and fell apart on the road.
And didn't Rodney James come the next album?
But Eddie Lee's one of the best people you'll ever meet in the music world here in Dallas-Fort Worth. He does so much for so many people, and the band Iron Maiden is very good.
Y'all keep going. I gotta bounce out.
Seven Dust, October
Okay.
2nd. Cold Chamber coming up at Trees.
Love
I
you,
do
Ariel.
believe. Got some Rocklahoma. Love you, Ariel. We're out of here.
Nice to meet you,
Thank
Ariel.
for being
I love
here.
you guys.
Yeah.
Y'all are awesome.
Love you too. Have a great day or a great night.
Yeah. Whatever time it is
That
now.
too.
Yeah, what fucking day it is. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
I thought today was Thursday, and when I remembered it was actually Wednesday, I was like, oh shit. We got showtime.
Happy birthday
Well,
to
you did
Justin
great.
Jackson.
Justin,
Peace
love
out,
you, bro.
friends.
Later. I'm out.
Laters.
Thank you, Steve. Make yourself at home, man. Anytime you want to come by, we'd love to have you, especially during
Yes.
this section, the concert calendar, promote your shows coming up. That's how we do it.
Yeah. Thank you, Steve. You're a wonderful guest, man. Love to have you anytime you want to come back.
So happy birthday party for Justin Jackson coming up.
Oh, yeah. Love you, Jax.
And he's also doing karaoke at the same home plate venue there in Fort Worth. And he does karaoke on Tuesdays at Binion's. And he does Twisted
Thirsty Thursday.
party. Oh, Thirsty. Thank you. Thirsty Thursday. And that,
Bunch of
David
horny people on drugs.
Jarvis, is how you wrap up a show.
Holler at your boy. Let's play some tunes for the beautiful people. I just want to say thank you, Steve Murphy from the Nowhere Jets and Rotting Corpse. And just to be sure, scjdistro.bigcartel.com, where you can get all your Rotting Corpse needs. Please make these people millionaires tomorrow.
Drifting to sleep and just fade away. No one will know where you will go, your safest space. 'Cause hiding behind your cute little smile, the darkness it grows with each passing hour. Can't turn back the dial. I'm feeling so cold, not to the touch, falling so fast. Please don't you dare hold a grudge. 'Cause this fake little smile
the song that everyone knows and loves worldwide. It's called Cold by yours, Ariel of Against All Odds. Look on the screen there. Finish your whiskey. We forgot to talk about this tonight. We're going to have to slow down again or expand the show so that we can talk about what's going on in our world. And this is very important. So, Against All Odds, Finish Your Whiskey is going to be available August the 30th. Very excited about that. I'm sure we'll get an advanced copy of it. I might already have one in my email. Sorry if I have missed it, Ariel. But I'll be looking forward to it. And we will play some Finish Your Whiskey right here on Blow Your Brains Out. What do you think, Dave Jarvis?
I think you are correct, sir.
You can tell I get a little excited about that.
Dude, I loved the interaction between you and Mr. Murphy. It was lovely. It was enchanting.
It was a good time. It always is a good time, but it was definitely, especially a good time tonight talking to Steve. I'm really happy for Rotting Corpse. That's the best thing to say about it is I'm really happy for Rotting Corpse getting back together. I think that a lot of people have been fans of Rotting Corpse for a long time. I always thought that they sounded a lot like Metallica. It's just kind of a different version of it. Metallica's Kill 'Em All record in particular. And so, yeah, I loved it back then, still do. And I'm very happy that people are still listening to it. And I'm sure that this show at Binion's is going to be kick-ass.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic. Oh, excuse me.
Rockers Against MS.
It's always good to know who you're fighting.
Thank you, Arkansas. Thank you very much for being here, dear. You want to come on panel? You have the link if you want to hop up and say hi to Dave Jarvis, grade his burps. Show us your
They range between a 3 and a 7.
Well, I'm a sucker for a good burp, so I'll give you a 10 for that one.
Well, thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
All right, so thank you again for being here, Arkansas.
Yes. Thank you, Arkansas. Thank you, Ariel. Thank you, Brett. Thank you, Steve. I'm sorry, Grego, you weren't able to make it on. I understand there were technical difficulties, but you are always welcome to come back. Same with Steve. Steve, you are always welcome to come back. You are a joy to have on the show.
Definitely. I don't know if I sent. Did you send Grego the link?
Yes, I did.
Okay, yes. Good. I probably sent it to him last week or something. But yeah, thank you for sending it.
He hit me up like midway through the show, said he couldn't make it. No worries, bro. We'll be here every week.
All right, well, check out this new video here. Let me know what you think of this.
Drifting to sleep and just fade away. No one will know where you will go. Your safest space, 'cause hiding behind your cute little smile, the darkness it grows with each passing hour. Can't turn back the dial. I'm feeling so cold.
There you go. That's exactly like 58 seconds.
Love it.
It has to stay
Absolutely love
under
it.
60 seconds to be a short.
Yeah, I gotcha.
All right, so there's that. I played around in the group page today, and I scheduled some things. And I wanted to tell you about this because it's very important to me that I be respectful to you always, but especially in that group page.
Tell me now.
Yes, yes. I kind of thought about the days, the right questions to ask. And so this is what you will see on Monday. Every Monday, it's scheduled to show at 2 p.m. Now, I think on this one in particular is at 8 a.m. I decided it'd be better to do it early in the morning. But I think it's the only one. All the other ones are 2 p.m. So, how was your weekend? That's what you want to hear on a Monday, right?
Damn right.
All right.
Tell me every violation of the Bible that you did over the weekend, and we will broadcast it.
and this is so funny because one of the reasons when I was making this, I was like, I wish me and Dave were hanging out right now, but we'll be hanging out. We'll talk about it because I could put that on there, right? List your violation. List your violation below. All right. Somebody
That's what we want to hear about. We want to hear about the dirtiest shit you did on Friday and Saturday.
All right, so here's another one. Local band you're listening to. Local band you're listening to. Post links. So I actually put the urgency there. Post the links.
Yes, please do.
So
Let us know who we're missing out on. Who should we have on the show? Like, clearly our audience knows who they want to hear. Let us know who you want to hear, who you want to hear from. We would love to have them on the show.
Well, this graphic right now is scheduled to post I think it's Saturday at 2 p.m. This one. And it can be changed. It's not like the easiest thing to do, but it's not the most difficult thing either. So if there are other cool things that we need to insert in here, just let me know. Eventually I'll get the graphic done. But so here's another one. It says, what songs have you listened to today? Share link below.
Yes. Sharing is caring.
Yep. And I think this one is on Wednesday, if I remember right. Because the idea was, like it's a good thing for the middle of the week without saying, hey, how do you get through your week? How do you, hump day Wednesday? It's more like, hey, what songs have you listened to today? So I think this one's scheduled for Wednesday. But anyway, I've got something scheduled for all 7 days of the week, and we can schedule more, you want to, well, fuck that. Just one of these days when we have time, I can easily use this program to show you how I schedule stuff.
One of these days, Alice. One of these days.
Well, I'm being respectful. I'm assuming you don't want to see this right now.
Oh, you'd be surprised at what I want to see right now.
All right, let's see. Where was that? These things right here. Okay, so if I'm in Facebook, I don't know what I'm sharing on the screen right now, so I'm going to go back to share screen. Facebook. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Yeah, I'm going to go back over here because I think that graphic is still up. Graphics down. All right, you can see the Facebook page there on the screen. And so I'm going to go to Blow Your Brains Out, logging in as Blow Your Brains Out now. And then go to our page as Blow Your Brains Out. So just type it in the search here. And boom, I'm over on our page. So can you see over here on the left what it says? Go back over here.
Let's see. Admin assist, requests, all that.
Yeah, that's right. So down here, let's see, schedule posts. There it is. Boom. All right. So this is the one that you've been seeing for the last since March 25th. Share the love, post pictures, tag bands of the show you attended this past weekend, which is pretty cool. It's getting some action. You know, there's at least a couple of people every week, it seems like, that will respond to that and post some pictures. This one is an old logo, so it's published since March 27th every week also. But from now on, it's going to post, but with a different logo, with the logo that you made the stickers of. I don't know why it still has that, but it does. Okay, post Friday shows. Schedule posts. Interesting that it only has those. Okay, so either way, let me go over here to this and see if it stays on the page. Greet new members by publishing welcome posts. Delete from. No, that's Dave Jarvis. I delete Jarvis. I don't even know why it says that right there.
So what you got going on this weekend, bro?
Let's see. This weekend, you know, every weekend is still Phoenix. What's changing in my world is Thursday. The time that I'm going to be able to spend with Phoenix every Thursday has changed. So, other than that, I'll be hanging out with Phoenix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I wished I were going out somewhere. I wish I were working. But no, I'll be hanging out with Phoenix, and then next weekend I'll be taking that Saturday off. You know, he'll be hanging out with his mom again.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I've noticed that the kids seem to love the blow your brains out free shows. I've noticed that there's always a bevy of kids just running around whenever we throw a showdown.
Hey man, I'd love to bring him. I just can't bring him and keep him all night. You know, I mean, I don't want to. You know, I don't.
Oh, I understand. He's a ball of energy. I've seen it.
Yes, you have. And so it's almost like no matter what show I would take him to, unless it were, you know, we haven't been to a big, you know, like if we went to see Kiss, that might hold his attention. Or Taylor Swift might. Yeah, I don't know who might hold
or if we have Here for Now play every Blow Your Brains Out show, he'll be set. Man,
he also likes watching.
Oh, well, of course.
Yeah,
I will say, since we're so late in the show, I know we don't have a whole lot of viewers, so I feel like it's a good time to throw a little special surprise out there. Me and Shade from Here for Now are actually working on a track right now.
Working on a track. Yes!
We are working on a track currently, so be ready for that. It'll either come out before my album comes out in October, or it'll come out sometime around December, depending on how schedules work.
Way to go, Dave Jarvis, and way to go, Shade. Happy for that, man. All right, everybody, get ready. Make your plans. Put it on your schedule. However you do.
That's right. Go to a show. And just remember, every Wednesday.
I say.
Remember what?
Oh, I was going to say, remember, every Wednesday night, blow your brains out, 8 to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time with Ricky Warden, Dave Jarvis, and Ariel. You know you're always in for a good time. Next week, we will have Dark Avenue, Against All Odds, Rotten Cotton Candy, P-Town Skanks, Everybody that will be playing at Diamond Gyms on the 31st, we will have next week. It's going to be a fun time, and I hope you will join us. Take us out, Ricky.
We're just gonna fill you in. I say dope a lot, and a lot of the times it's very intentional. Dope, 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 dope. That's dope, 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 dope. That's dope. He's a pretty dope dude. 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 Love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Dope, 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 dope. That's dope. Dope, pretty dope, 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 pretty dope, dope. Pretty dope, 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 pretty dope, 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 dope. That's dope, 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 dope. That's facts.
I love you, bro.
Where are you gonna be? Alive? Arkansas, Texas? Hollow Man, Coilback. All right, I need to present my YouTube channel here for the next song I need to play. This is a band called Perceived, and the song is called Darkening.
Woo-woo.
How do I hope to find my reason to stand, knowing there's not enough time? The lines in the sand, I'm falling apart, I'm losing my way. I can't end this misery. Lost in the dark, I'm hiding away, trapped in the pouring rain. Change somewhere I'm gone astray. For now I'm mentally drained from my memory. You cannot make me whole. I'll fight my way alone. I've lost my way before. I'll find my way home. You cannot make me whole. I'll fight my way alone. I've lost my way before and found my way home.
Hell yeah, that's Raid right there. And yes, they sound like that live. They're that fucking powerful. They're like power core metal. And they're playing this coming Saturday in Denison at the Red Rock Saloon. So everybody hop, skip, and jump right over. Want to say hello to Ville Girl. It's killer to have a request. So requesting some.
Fuck yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'd play some I Hate if I had it.
I know. Come on the show, guys.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Stress is over with some music already. But anyway, I do have Warhog because those guys like us.
Yeah.
We don't have to go chasing them around and shit. They like kind of get what's going on here and blow your brains out.
Yeah. They know. They know what's up.
So this is called Emperor by Warden. All right, that's it. Warhog Emperor. Let us know what local bands you're listening to. Leave that in the comments below. Be sure to like this video. That's one simple thing you can do to help us a whole lot. Like the video. Share the video if you want to. That would be kick-ass always. And, of course, if you want to support us, the easiest way is do all this. Like, subscribe, share. That's what I just said. That's what you can do for free. And you can send me a little money to my Cash App to help me pay for the StreamYard. That would be kick-ass also. Thank you for being here, everybody. Blow your brains out every Wednesday. We're going to blow it sky high. We'll see you next week. It's going to be a good time. We're going to have all the bands on, or members of all the bands on for the show August 31st at Diamond Gems. Blow your brains out. Blow Your Brains Out takes over Diamond Gems. And so those bands are Descent, Perceived, Dark Avenue, Against All Odds, and Rotten Candy. P-Town Skanks. P-Town Skanks. We're going to get skanky with the P-Town Skanks. All right, so all that happens next Wednesday and then the following Saturday. So everybody have a good week this week. Get out and have a good time. And we'll see you next Wednesday right here once again.